They say love is pure, but Machiavelli would disagree. For him, love was never about purity. It was about power, control, and influence. He saw human emotions not as sacred forces, but as weapons, and whoever learned to master them ruled not just kingdoms, but hearts. So today, we step into the dark brilliance of Niccolò Machiavelli and uncover 4 timeless rules that reveal how to conquer any woman, not through charm, but through understanding the psychology of desire itself. Rule 1. Never reveal your desperation. Control is your greatest weapon. Machiavelli once said, "He who is dependent on others loses control over himself." The same applies to desire. The moment a man begins to chase, he hands over his power. A Machiavellian man understands that attraction thrives on uncertainty. He knows that desire fades when a woman feels too secure and burns brighter when she feels she could lose him at any moment. So he never reveals neediness. He speaks little, listens deeply, and observes everything. His silence becomes a mirror where a woman starts to project her fantasies upon him. In a world where most men beg for attention, he stands apart by withholding his energy. To conquer a woman's heart, first conquer your own impulses, because the one who controls himself controls the game. Rule 2. Create mystery. Never let her predict you. Machiavelli taught that it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. And in the realm of attraction, that means it is better to be respected than simply adored. A predictable man becomes emotionally irrelevant, but a mysterious man, he becomes an obsession. A Machiavellian man never shows all his cards. He reveals his intentions piece by piece, keeps his thoughts guarded, and lets his presence feel like a riddle that must be solved. He makes her wonder where she stands, not out of cruelty, but to awaken her deepest curiosity. Mystery isn't manipulation, it's emotional gravity. It keeps her imagination alive, and imagination is what fuels desire far more than reality ever could. Rule 3. Master the art of emotional contrast. Machiavelli understood the psychology of tension, the rise and fall of emotions. He knew that too much pleasure makes people bored, and too much comfort makes them restless. To hold power, a man must create emotional rhythm, warmth followed by distance, sweetness followed by silence. It's not about playing games, but about creating emotional contrast. When you show care, it feels deeper, because she has also felt your absence. When you give attention, it feels richer, because she remembers the moments you were detached. The Machiavellian man doesn't smother a woman with affection. He gives just enough to keep her wanting more. He knows the secret. Attraction is not built through constant closeness, but through the dance between connection and space. Rule 4. Become the prize. Never chase, only attract. At the heart of Machiavelli's philosophy lies one unshakable truth. Men are respected only when they are self-sufficient. This means to truly conquer any woman, you must first become a man who doesn't need to. Women are drawn not to those who chase them, but to those who seem untouchable, focused on their path, their mission, their power. When you become consumed by purpose, you radiate a different energy, calm, certain, magnetic. A woman feels it instantly, a sense that you belong to no one, and yet everyone wants to belong to you. This is what Machiavelli understood. Power attracts love more reliably than love attracts power. So don't seek to impress her. Build yourself so profoundly that she cannot help but be impressed. The real conquest is not of her, it is of yourself. Machiavelli didn't write about romance, he wrote about power. But when you study human nature deeply, you see how the same laws that govern kingdoms govern relationships too. control your emotions, be unpredictable, master contrast, and become the prize. Because in the end, the Machiavellian truth is simple. He who governs himself conquers all.